Car engines. They are the single greatest inventions in human history. Without these beautiful blocks of metals, we would be walking 50 miles to work like it's the 1800s. So let's show a little appreciation to these engines by talking about the fundamentals of the engine. A simple way of explaining this is in 4 words: suck, squeeze, bang, blow. We are explaining the internal combustion engine. Almost all gas cars use 4-stroke cycle, or known as the Otto cycle. The first one we're going to talk about is the intake, which is the one that sucks. The piston moves down, sucking the air in and fuel into the cylinder. And then we have the compression. The piston moves down, compressing the mixture to make the explosive preheat. Then the combustion happens, which is the bang. The spark plug ignites a mixture, forcing the piston down. This creates the power. Then the exhaust, which is the blow. The piston moves back up, pushing the burn gas out of the exhaust pipe. This 4-stroke cycle happens 20 to 50 times per second. It happens so fast, so smoothly, and doesn't cause any failure at all. Now we're going to talk about the engine's layout, which is my favorite part of the subject. An engine's shape isn't just made to look cool, it also changes how the car handles. They also have to fit inside the engine bay. And the first engine we're going to talk about are the inline engine, which they are lined up in a straight line, one behind another. The first inline we're going to talk about is the inline 3. It's a very small and light engine. It's perfect for light cars. One of my favorite of these small engines are the Corolla GR, which makes about 300 horsepower and is 1.6 liter turbocharged, and the RPM is set in 6,500 RPM.
Inline 4, the most common engine in the world, ranging from Toyota Yaris all the way Mercedes AMG M139.
Now back to me, we have the inline 5 engine, which is an engine that cannot make its mind up or whether they are inline 4 or inline 6. But this is Audi's specialty, making a bunch of Audi classics like the S1 and a bunch of other cars. One of my favorite is the Audi RS3, which is an inline 5 2.5 liter turbocharged, making about 500 horsepower.
Inline 6, called the holy grail of the smooth engines of the BMW M3s. The pistions move in perfect pairs and still cause zero vibrations. In the BMW G80, having a twin-charged 3.0-liter inline 6, making 503 horsepower. Pros and cons about inline engines. The engine is simple, cheap, easy to fix, and very smooth. But it's also very long, especially the inline 6 being hard to fit into most hoods.
The first V-type engine we're going to talk about is the V6, which fits into almost anything. It's small, powerful, mostly found in family SUVs and sedans, and also mid-sized trucks. But it doesn't mean it's just a sporty family car, family engine. No, it's also found in all the older supercars like the Supras and for example, the Toyota Crown back in 1998 and all the older ones used a V6 type called the 1JZ engine. Very powerful for its time, and the car itself was very luxury. And one of my favorite V6 of all time is the RB26 DETT, which is in the new Skyline R35 and the older R34s and R33s. This twin turbo 2.6 liter engine makes about 330 horsepower if it's unlocked, but since back in the 90s they used to limit their horsepower because of some manufacturers actually decided to make it the max horsepower for all cars 276, but it's not true. Now we're going to talk about the V8. It's the most American type of engine. Nothing screams more than American V8s, found in most Mustangs, Hellcats, and pickup trucks. But my favorite personal is being the Chevy LS1 from the Corvette C5. Another type of V engine we're going to talk about is the V10, which is a very exotic super engine. These engines are mostly found in German, Italian, and some American cars, but not much of the American cars. But my personal favorite being the Dodge Viper, which makes about 8.3 liter V10, making about 510 horsepower. Another type of V engine we're going to talk about is another super sport and it's one of the most exotic engines, but we're not going to talk about it that much because there isn't really something that is so much interesting about it. The only thing I can tell about it is that my favorite is the McLaren F1 6.1 liter BMW engine, which is a V12, making about 777.
Pros and cons about V engines. They are short, compact, almost can fit into any hood a inline-six can't. Downsides are that they are complex. You need two of everything, which makes it heavier and more expensive.
I was gonna make this video longer, but I cannot do it because I don't have time and I probably have school for tomorrow. So thank you for watching the video, and subscribe and like, and peace!